Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see the problem children sum pairing. So given a binary tree, check whether all of its nodes have the value equal to the sum of their child nodes. So in the example input 1 that is given, we have this tree where 10 is the root node and 10 has a left child 10. So the output that we are getting over here is 1 because here the sum of the children nodes is 10 only and the parent node is also 10, so we have output 1 or true. Here every node is the sum of its left and right child. So again there is one more example, and here you can see, so 1 is the root node, but the sum of the children of the root node is not equals to 7, so is not equals to 1. You can see 4 plus 3 is 7, but in this case we have the root node as 1. Here 1 is the root node and 4 and 3 are its child nodes. 4 plus 3 equals to 7, which is not equal to the value of the root node, which is 1. Hence this tree does not satisfy the given conditions. So let's see the example now in more detail how to solve this problem. So first of all we have this example. Okay, so in this example we will consider this 10, and for the null we will not consider anything. So simply we get the sum as 10 and our root is also 10, so we will get the output as true. This will return true. So in this case, since we do not have any further left and right node, we only have the parent node, so in this case we will simply return true. Now let's check for this case. So first of all, one will call for its right and left subtree. So for left it will when it will calculate the sum, it will get 4 plus 3, which is equals to 7, but this 7 is not equals to the root node, so it will simply return no. So this is the main logic behind for this problem. And now how can we solve this problem? So basically there is one main logic, that is, let's write the tree first. So what we have to do is we have to write a function and which will calculate basically the sum of it will calculate the sum of the left child and the right child, and it will compare it with the root node. So it will check if the sum is equals to root node or not. Also it will check for the left subtree. It will solve it will check whether the condition is successful for the entire left subtree and for the entire right subtree, because there can exist a case like this. So you can see that in the upper in the root, our root is 3 and the children of this is 1 and 2. So when we add 1 and 2 we are getting 3, but in this subtree you can see that it is not satisfying the condition. So we have to check both the conditions, that whether the sum is equals to the root node and the left subtree is also satisfying the condition and returning us true, and the right subtree is also satisfying this condition and returning us true. So what we will do is we will write a function. Suppose for example our function name is child parent, then we will pass root left to it and child parent root right to it. So in this way what will happen, if this case is satisfying the condition, it will return true. If this is satisfying, it will return true, and if our sum is equals to root, then it will also return true. So we will eventually get true at last, and we can say that yes, this this tree is satisfying the children sum parent property. So this is how the logic will follow. Now let's see the code for this. So first of all, this is the function that we have. It is the return type is int, because we are either going to return 0 or 1. We can also take return type as boolean, but it is given as int, so we will take it as int only. So first of all what we have done is we have taken some variable and initialized it with 0. So now we have written the base cases where if our root is equals to null, then in that case we will return 1, because why? Because as I said in this case, in the previous one, so in this case we do not have any child over here, it was null. Okay, So from here we have returned true, and from here also we have returned true, and the sum value we have updated as 10. So in any case, if our value is null, we will return trues, because that is not contributing to our sum, and that will not stop our program execution, because we will simply keep on moving if we get a null value. So that is why we have written, if root equals to null, return 1. If roots left is equals to null and roots right equals to null, then we have to return 1. So this is again the same case which we have discussed, this one. So if there is a single node, so in that case we have to return true. For suppose, for example, we are at root 5, then it will return true to its parent caller, because if there is a single node, we cannot calculate the sum for its children, so we will simply return true for it. So these are the two base cases that we have seen. Now moving further, we will see if there is root of left is not equals to null, means if the left child of the root node exists, then what we will do is we will simply calculate the sum. So what we will do is we will simply add the roots left data to the sum, and same thing we will do for the right child also. If there is a right child that exists, we will simply add its value to the sum. So after this line, we will have our sum in the sum variable. So what we will do finally is we will finally check these three conditions which we have discussed. We will check if sum is equals to roots data, which means that yes, our root node is equals to the sum of the children nodes. Also we will calculate, also we will check if the sum property is satisfying for the left subtree, and also it is satisfying for the right subtree. If all the three of these conditions are true, then in that case what we will do is we will return true, and finally we will get our answer as true in that case. If any of these conditions are false, we will get a false, and which means that our children sum parent property is not being satisfied. So let's try submitting this code. So the problem is solved successfully. Thanks for watching.